Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the reading for the week ahead for all signs. Now, I'm going to do a general reading for all signs, and then I'm going to go into each specific sign and clarify this reading for them. And so if you don't watch the first part for all of the signs, you're not going to understand what the clarity is for each star sign as well, because it's just like a little bit of tweaks in that. Now, I've got something new. In this little bag, I've got two crystals. There's a red one and a green one. There's a ruby and an aquamarine. And this is to answer yes or no questions or stop go questions, that kind of thing. And so for each star sign, I'm going to pick one of those out as well to get you an answer to that. So think about your question there. So let's get into it. Now, while I'm getting some cards out for the collective, let me tell you about my live show. Pretty much every day I do a live show. It's called Psychic Cafe. Channeled messages for the collective, but I also do mini reads in there as well. So if you want a mini read from me, if you've got a question for your higher self, come along to that live show live here on YouTube. It's for donations to those mini readings. And if you want a private reading from me, you can book one from my website, BeHealing.com. I'd love to do that for you. So here we go. We've got a card out. Perfect timing. To dance with joy. Awesome. And I was going to say awful then. I didn't mean that. An awesome week to dance with joy, really uplifting energies. Could be moving forward on something. There could be some reveals happening this week. There could be some turnaround. Could be healing stuff, getting big ahas, clearing something up from the past, moving forward. How do I know all of this? Because I've done the dailies. I've recorded the dailies for all next week, and very powerful energies this next week. So let's get some more cards out for the collective. We've got nature, meet leaf. Each day he slips outside to meander between the ferns and flowers. He visits his secret spot where the sun filters down through the leaves in ever-changing shards of light that dance on his fur and warm his soul. No matter the weather, take a moment to step outside and find a spot in nature, whether it's a vast wilderness or tiny patio. Breathe in the fresh wild air. Feel the great expanse of the sky overhead and the firmness of the earth beneath you. You're part of the intricate web of life. Allow nature to nourish you, support you, and set you free. Nice. So getting out into nature, you might be dancing under the moonlight, or it could be a holiday vibe for some of you, but I know there's some really high energies really moving us forward, things getting moving this week, as I say, because I've done the daily. So let's get some tarot out for the collective. What have we all got going on? Because, of course, we're all affected by collective consciousness more than anything, right? Yeah, those are the planets and everything, and it affects us all slightly differently, but there is a lot in the collective consciousness that is affecting us all. So let's find out what it is for everybody. Oh, you do want one of those. And that. Okay. Well, that was fast. So we've got the moon. Okay, so something unknown. Something in the darkness. Could be something coming out of the darkness there. But the moon is card of like secrets, things being held back, things being in the darkness, things not being revealed. Secrets maybe. The Queen of Cups, receptive though, receptive to what it is that you want, is what I'm getting from that. The Ten of Cups, to get all of your wishes fulfilled, all of them. So that's about not settling. And Justice. It actually coming in and being manifest. The Justice card is about that manifestation. It's about it. You're actually getting your justice, so it's actually manifesting. You reaping the rewards of all the work that you've put in over the years. That kind of thing when it all starts coming in. So the moon. What's this moon card all about? Okay. Wow. So it has been unknown to us how it is that we're holding ourselves back, what it is inside of us. What have we been doing? What energy have we been holding? What is the focus we've had that has been like binding us to repeat old patterns? There's some kind of a tripping point in our lives where we're like, I don't get it. I don't get how I keep on manifesting these same kind of relationships where they're not giving to me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why I keep on not being able to get the customers that I want. Or, this repeating patterns, and I don't understand it. You don't understand how it is. You know that it's yourself that's holding yourself back, but you don't see what it is. Maybe there'll be a reveal this week about that. Well, let's find out. Why the Queen of Cups? Do seem open and receptive. I just drank a cup of coffee. I know my body's reacting to it. See me having a fight with my stomach there. Queen of Cups. What's this? Why the Queen of Cups? Why the Queen of Cups here? What are we open and receptive to? Why is the Queen of Cups here? Cards are being silent. Oh, there we go. Why the Queen of Cups? Because of the Ten of Emotions. It's the same card as we've got next. I was thinking that. That was what was in my head. When it wasn't, a card wasn't coming out, I'm like, are these together? Because we're receptive to everything, to all of our wishes, right? We don't want to settle anymore. We don't want to settle anymore. We want all of our wishes fulfilled. So now you're receptive, but not just anything. Not just receptive to crumbs, not just to the little things. It's like, no, if I'm going to have something, I'm going to have it all. I'm not settling for anything less now. The Ten of Emotions, what will fulfill me completely. So why have we got the Ten of Cups here? Wouldn't it be funny if the Queen of Cups came out now? Why have we got the Ten of Cups again? What? Tell us more about this. Who's that? Death. Okay. Something needs to end, an old pattern. So she's receptive to everything. She's not settling for scraps anymore. But that means that to get that Ten of Cups, she needs to put an end to something, or she or he. I'm talking about the Queen of Cups here, needs to put an end to something. So there's an old way. This thing that's been holding you back, that's been binding you, that needs to be released now. Maybe there's a big aha this week of what it is that's been holding you back so that you can be receptive, but something needs to die, something needs to end. There's something that you've been doing that has been causing you to not get that. And then justice comes in. That's too many cards. Then justice comes in. So tell us more about this justice. You know, it could just be that you've not been open and receptive. You've not been in that feminine energy of receiving, so you've always been pushing things away. Then when you finally stop doing just the masculine thing and then you get to be receptive and open up and be that, you know, just allow it in, then the floodgates open. Then you get it all, like abundance, love, everything all at once, because it's like, finally, the universe says, finally, she's open to letting it in. She's open to receiving. And then the justice comes in. Could be that. And then you get it all. But it can be tricky to figure out how we've been holding it away from ourselves. No, it took me years. Check out my blog on behealing.com. Click on receiving. See how many years I've been writing about this stuff when I was going through it all myself. The Four of Voices. It's what you've dreamed of. You knew it was coming. You knew you deserved it. You knew it was coming, but you just couldn't figure out what it was that would actually let it manifest and let it come in. Got huge manifestational energies that are going on this week. Really, really big. And so it's a great week to use the momentum. Make sure you watch the energy updates each day for this week, because that will take you on a trip. If you're doing the work and you go along with those, it will take you on a trip to manifesting a hell of a lot more, especially when this justice kicks in, because we've seen a bit of this card out this week for sure. So the Moon, the Eight of Voices, and we've got death out with that. It doesn't surprise me death has come out again, because so something has been hidden. You haven't been able to figure it out, how you've been holding yourself back, but you know it's you that's been doing it, and that needs to be put to death now. It needs to like have a lid put on it. It needs to be like, okay, I'm never doing that again. There's a realization this week of how you've been holding yourself back. Hopefully you're going to get that aha this week. If you're doing the work, if you're searching for it, if you're looking for that answer, for that solution, you will find it this week, I'm feeling, so that you can actually stop that. Look all over my YouTube channel for that answer. Look all over my website for that answer. I haven't been keeping any of it a secret. In my 21 years of doing this business, I've been sharing everything that I've been learning freely on my website. And in the last few years on my YouTube channel too. Anger, yes, right. Okay, so many people seem to believe, I've been told, I've been led to believe that anger, there's a problem with anger, that anger's not a good thing. But let me show you this. This is a deck of goddesses. I use this in Psychic Cafe. Now, something you might notice about each and every one of these goddesses that's inside of here, they have, oh, it's in the book, but they all have, all of these goddesses, when I read them out of the book, they all have this duality about them. It's always like the goddess of love and war, the one of life and death. You know, there's always that dark side to it. Now, the dark side is very powerful. Goddesses have that dark side and they own it, right? This is the power. This is why we get empowered when we do that, the shadow work. There's nothing wrong with anger. Some people have been led to believe that there's something wrong with anger. There is not. There is nothing wrong with anger. Everything, absolutely everything, even joy, has a positive and a negative expression of it. Anger has a positive and negative expression of it. There's nothing wrong with anger in and of itself. It's actually a negative emotion that should show us to take different action, or to stand up for something, or make a change, or to stop that thing from happening, or it's got a positive expression. Now, anger can be positive expression when this Queen of Cups reaches the end of her tether and says, that's it, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not continuously giving to other people anymore, looking after everyone else and having nothing for myself, getting nothing back from anyone else. And the anger comes out of her, that righteous anger comes out of her. And the universe goes, well, now she's realizing she deserves something, and using that power of her emotion, the anger emotion, to manifest something in her life. What happens? Any kind of an awakening comes from a crash, right? We need to hit that rock bottom. Anger is a very positive emotion to manifest with. The negative expression of anger, what's that? It's rage. It's when it comes out and it's not appropriate, right? It's just going around like an angry person all the time. You know, that's a negative expression of it. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about this one getting so sick of not receiving, when really she knows she deserves this. She knows it in her mind, but she hasn't been able to figure out, because surely isn't it about everyone else giving to her? Well, in fact, it's not. It's about reaching a certain knowing but feeling as well within the self. And it's about stepping into her power and actually demanding it too. And then she gets what she wants. Whew. Okay, so there's 10 of Cups in the deck. So what is this deck then? So that we can get what it is that we really want. Creativity. How do we create? What is it that we need to stop doing so that we can create that 10 of Cups? Could be that you need to stop overgiving. Could be that you need to stop putting yourself last. It could be that you need to stop all kinds of different behaviors. I was hoping it was going to give us something better than that. Something specific, but I guess it's going to be different for different people, all right? Anyway, we'll clarify each of these rows, these columns. I'm going to clarify for each star sign. So hopefully we'll get more clues. Justice and the Four of Voices. So then you get your trust desserts. Then the manifestations come in. It could be that you've been working for something for a very long time, putting that effort in, and then you're like, that's it, I'm done. You get angry about it. I deserve something now, universe. I've been working on this business 21 years. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people. This was me a few years ago. And how come? How come I can't even pay my bills? How come I've got debt? There's something wrong here. It's getting to that point, yeah, where you just won't put up with it anymore. And the universe is like, here you go. You can have what you dream now. You can have what you dreamed of, because you just needed to not just realize that you deserved it, but you need to actually get into that energy. Self-love. It's self-love. Yes, it is. You get to that point of self-love when you're like, I'm not settling for scraps anymore. Damn that. I'm not putting up with anything, feminine energy. I'm not putting up with all of this crap anymore just to make everyone else feel peaceful and for them to get what they want from me. I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm going to stand up for myself now and stand in my power, in my anger, in my, all of the dark things that you've been pushing away and not been owning. Claiming your power like a goddess, like Pele, going, no more. This is when I put an end to this. And then you can get what you want. At last. Let's get a romance angel card out. This is for the collective. I'm going to get one of these out for each star sign as well. So what's going on in the collective in our love lives? Ooh, this week? Deception. Oh, yes, deception. Right. It says someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Someone's telling lies. Someone's maybe apologizing and the apology isn't true. Someone's saying they're going to do something and it isn't true. Someone's trying to keep you strung along. Someone's going to keep you trying to give and not receive. Someone's going to try and keep you in a relationship when they're not prepared to give what it is that you want in a relationship. Because this is the deception that's going on here, and it's up to you now to see that deception and go, no more. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I realize your deception for what it is. Get one of those out for each star sign. I realize your deception for what it is, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not playing anymore. I know what I deserve. I deserve the 10 of emotions there. I deserve to be fulfilled myself. I'm a human being the same as everyone else here. Why do you get to have your wishes fulfilled and not me? No, we want different things from this relationship. I want the 10 now, and I am going to make some changes so that I can get that now. It's time to release negativity. So instead of taking the impact of that, of not getting what you want, and those high emotions that it makes you feel, taking the impact of that, don't do it anymore. Releasing that negativity, the negativity that you've been absorbing, that you've been taking on. You don't need to take the impact of that. Okay, let's get one of these hearts out. This one? Humility. No, it's not that one. There we go. This one, respect. It's about respect. Interesting. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. This is about respect, though. This is about respecting yourself, self-love, self-respect. Respecting yourself enough not to soak up other people's negativity anymore, not to just keep on giving them the benefit of the doubt, keep on giving them what they're asking for. You don't need to do that. The goddesses don't do that, right? They don't. They're balanced. They know when to stand up for themselves. I'm going to get one of these heart cards out for each star sign too. Okay, let's get one of these out for the collective then. So this week it's about seeing that deception for what it is. And then healing yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of healing energy this week. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Maybe you've been addicted to being needed in these kind of relationships. So it's time to break yourself free from that. It feels like kind of a week where you have to be like the Queen of Swords, cutthroat kind of thing. No more pandering to people, giving them the benefit of the doubt when you're not giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. No more, soaking up that negativity from them just to help them out kind of thing. It's not really helping them out. It's a week to force people in a way to be in integrity, in alignment, saying not putting up with it anymore. If they're not in alignment with you, you don't need to have them in your life. Okay, what else have we all got going on this week? We've got ink pot, problems to be resolved here. Yeah, something to be resolved here for sure, to put an end to. An old pattern. You haven't realized how you're doing it. You're going to realize this week how you're doing it, and then you can put an end to it then and step into that new thing that you've been wanting for a long time. That's what I'm hearing. You've been wanting for a long time. Time to go out and have some fun. Carefree, light-hearted, carefree. It's like releasing a burden, dancing with joy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that first card, to dance with joy. Big burdens being released this week. Whew. We've got cracked cup as well, dissatisfaction with life. Finally owning up to it, dissatisfied with life, can't take this anymore. This has to end. And what else have we got going on this week? Queens, money. Oh, and ladder too. We've got queens. Money will be coming to you. That's good. Ladder. Climbing towards success. They're linked together, these two, they came out together. So climbing towards success with your money. And so when you do this work, it's not just about relationships. It's not just like receiving love. It's love in all of its aspects, which is money. It's abundance. It's the same vibration. Love, abundance. It's the stuff of the universe. Once you start letting it in, letting the good stuff in, you start letting all of the good stuff in. So let's get some of these out, and then we'll start clarifying for each star sign. Kairos here. There's divine timing about this. It's almost like you had to go through what you went through to collect the data for it, and then in divine timing, it's divine timing for you to wake up now to what it is that you've been doing, and the synchronicities kind of leading you to this, because you've been focused on something that you want. The universe knew you couldn't get it in the way that you've been being. You can't get your justice when you're being like downtrodden and things like that. You have to empower yourself and rise up. Give us one more. From this Hunter card, I'm getting like what you want wants you too. It's been searching for you. Yes, that's the message we got this week too, is that love is always trying to find you. There's this universal energy of love, and it's like the universe is always expanding, it's always growing, it's tending toward evolution and toward love. It's tending to better and better. And when we let go, so like when we meditate and let go of our thoughts, we start to feel better, yeah? And that's because the momentum of the universe is toward expansion, it's toward love, it's toward order, it's toward better and better and evolution. And so we are being pulled toward that. Love is always trying to get us. If we just let go, it will pull us towards what's better for us, giving birth to a whole new cycle this week. We are. Wow. Very awesome. So let's get clarifying for each star sign. Just take a drink first. As I said, I'm going to get a relationship card out and a heart card out for each star sign as well, but let's get clarifying on this. So we're starting with Aries. What's this moon in the Eight of Voices and the death that needs to happen here? It's about friendships. Friendships that don't serve you, Aries, is what this is about. And so you're going to be getting in an aha this week about friendships, about people that you've had in your lives. Maybe it's been a little bit out of balance. Maybe it's been a lot out of balance. And you've realized that you keep on letting this kind of person in. That's going to be your aha here. You're going to be letting go of something this week about bringing in the wrong kind of friends, and you're wondering how it's still happening. You're going to release yourself from those binds this week. Good luck with that. Or you've got the opportunity to do that anyway. Of course, people, you might not do the work. This is only for people that are actually do the work, right? Aries, so what's this Queen of Cups, the Ten of Emotions and Anger for you? Wow. It's about lovers, okay. Judgment separates and lovers. So you've been open to things in your love life that aren't necessarily good for you, Aries, that haven't been fulfilling to you. You've been settling for scraps, that kind of thing, in lovers, in romantic relationships there, and it's kept you. Maybe you thought that you needed to shoulder that you needed to give to people that weren't giving you what you wanted in relationships. I don't know, whatever that belief is, that has got to go so that you stop settling for scraps, and probably get angry about it too. You might get angry with yourself too, Aries, about that, about what you've put up with over the years. So what's this Ten of Cups, the death and the creativity here? Yeah. Something perfect for you. It doesn't have to be perfect for everyone, right? So maybe that's what you've been doing. You've been looking for somebody in a relationship, in a love relationship. Rather than being perfect for yourself, you've been trying to be perfect for them. So you've been trying to meet their needs instead of thinking about what your needs are, what your Ten of Cups is, and then finding someone that meets your needs, yeah? So you've been trying to be perfect for other people instead of thinking about who's going to be perfect for you. So that tells me, Aries, you've not been focused on what you want to get from a relationship. You've been focused on what you want to give to a relationship. And really, there should be a balance of both of those. And for you to get that balance, if you've just been focused on what you can give, you need to be solely focused on what you can get now, because you've got the giving part down pat in relationships. So clear that out. Put an end to that focus being one-sided there on what you give in relationships. So your justice comes in. It's something you've been dreaming of. Yes, listen and trust myself. You've got great things coming, and I feel like you're going to start the manifestations off. You've started it off, but the start of those actually manifesting will happen this week. Trust yourself in that. Listen to yourself. It's what you've been wanting for a long time. So you might have been, yeah, I mean, if you've been in and out of relationships like this, just giving, 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 giving. How can I be perfect for them? How can I fulfill their needs? And you've been missing yourself out. You have a lot of great relationship karma coming to you. And when you open up to it like this, wow. So let's find out about your love life this week, Aries. What else have you got going on this week, Aries? You got romantic. You got romantic feelings. Could be having romantic feelings. Could be about yourself, in fact, romantic feelings, because it seems like you're going to be kind of unromantic toward other people, especially exes. Not be having romantic feelings about them. Not this week if you're having all these realizations. But someone could be igniting your desires. Your romantic feelings, anyway. Aries, let's get a message from one of these hearts for you. Loyalty. Oh, okay. So, Aries, maybe you've been very loyal to other people that didn't actually deserve your loyalty because they weren't loyal to you. And that could be making you angry. Aries, you'll get angry better than everyone else, right? You're that warrior. So that a lack of loyalty from someone else's part could really be the trigger that gets you to face all of this stuff this week. I'm not talking about someone cheating on you or anything. I'm talking about you always wanting to be perfect for someone else. And that same loyalty not coming back to you. Someone wanting to fulfill your desires, wanting to make you feel good, wanting to love you the best, wanting to be perfect for you. Taurus, what's this moon and the Eight of Voices and death for you? What's this blind spot that you've got? Including patience. Okay. How to be included with the right people is what this is about. So maybe you just keep on attracting the same kinds of people and they're not your people. And it's like, how come I'm not with my people now? People that are going to do the same for me as I'm doing for them. Have patience with that. So to me, that is saying that patience card is that this will unfold. Keep on following that path. Keep on asking that question. You will find it. It will come out of that darkness that the moon is in. I've got no answers for you. This Taurus has no answers for you. With that, just be patient with it. You're going to find your people. You're going to find what it is that you've been holding yourself back, or how you've been holding yourself back from the right people there. So the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. What's this? Anger. Ooh. What you resist persists in sex, Taurus. So opening up to sex again. Maybe you've shut down from relationships because you're waiting for that one, and it could be making you angry that you can't find them. Maybe because of this sexual energy that's building up inside of you. And it can be very frustrating. It's like, I want to hold out, but, I'm not getting any of my relationship needs met right now. So that resistance that you've got there, that could be building up that anger for you to then say, no more of this. Sending that out into the universe, and then you start attracting and including the right people. Could be that. Ten of Cups and Death. So what needs to end here for Taurus? Criticizing yourself. Right. So it feels to me like this is about relationships, Taurus. So you've been criticizing yourself. You need to believe in yourself instead. There's something about relationships that you're criticizing in yourself. I don't know. Maybe you think, I don't know what it could be but a relationship belief about yourself, criticizing yourself instead of believing in yourself. That's what needs to stop. You need to stop criticizing yourself about relationships. Justice could be about past relationships too. Justice and the Four of Voices. Then your manifestations come in. What's this about? Oh, own my idea and healing. It's about your own healing, getting your just desserts, the healing from that, and then ideas coming out of that. It's shedding that skin, finally getting over that pain, and things manifesting so that you can move forward. Now, manifesting in the form of an idea. So it's like the universe presents you with this idea, Taurus, and then you can take that and get what it is that you really want from it. Interesting. So what about your love life, Taurus? Give your relationship a chance. Okay. Someone wants a chance here, Taurus, and you're not so happy about it. You're not so happy with them. It's because of the deception here. But it's asking you to give them a chance here. So someone's deceived you, someone's lied to you, someone's held something back from you. And this says give them a chance, give them a second chance. Maybe it's a third chance or a fourth chance, Taurus, but give them a chance. Why? Maybe they've got a good reason for being deceptive, for holding something back, for lying, not telling you the whole truth before. Feels like someone could be coming back, Taurus, coming back into your life, and you're like, where the hell have you been? Or tell me, what has been going on? Who have you been with? Why didn't you tell me? Why did you lie to me before? All of that kind of thing. But give them a chance, is what the card is saying there, Taurus. What else for Taurus? What else for Taurus? What else for Taurus? What else for Taurus? Harmony. Doesn't feel so harmonious at the moment, but yeah, harmony. You're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Okay, but yeah, this is asking you to feel harmony within that, or go seek harmony within this connection. Sure, there's a bit of deception going on there, or has gone on, and maybe it's not just a bit, maybe it's a lot of deception, but try and seek that harmony, give them a chance. It seems to be worth it, according to the cards. Gemini, what is it for you, this moon? How are you holding yourself back? Brilliant, and going wow. So Gemini, this is about you shining really brightly, and so maybe you've just been asking, how can I move forward? How can I get these big things that I want? You know, I want to manifest big things. I want more success. I want more growth, and all of that. And you're not understanding what it is that's holding you back from that. Like, why am I not successful already? That kind of thing. You're going to get a reveal there this week. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. Gemini, for you, what's this anger about? Being appreciated, warmth and being appreciated. So it's your open-heartedness, your loving nature that hasn't so much been appreciated. Maybe it's just been, what's the word? Taken for granted is the word. Maybe it's just been taken for granted. Your efforts, your open-heartedness, it's just been taken for granted. You've not been receiving that same back, and it's making you angry now. And you're like, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. And you're setting yourself free from that. Good. The Ten of Cups and the Death and creativity here. What's this for you, Gemini? I was going to sneeze then. Okay, Ten of Cups, Death and creativity. We've got move away and I'm love. Right. So you're moving away from this need, Gemini, to be loving, be open-hearted toward other people, be that for others, but not having them have it for you, not demanding that of them too. It's like, now it's your turn. Oh, you're not willing to do that for me. Oh, well, what are you doing in my life then? What am I doing giving it to you when you're just this empty, bottomless pit of receiving? There needs to be an end to that. Move away from that and allow yourself to be loved. Not just the loving one, but allow yourself to be loved, Gemini. So Justice and the Four of Voices, something's manifesting now. What is it? Something that you've been dreaming of. Be vulnerable and decide. Oh, okay. So you've kind of liked it. That's what needs to end. You've kind of liked being the one in control, the one that does everything and loves everybody. You've liked the control about that. When you're open to being loved, it puts someone else in the controlling seat. You don't like that so much. It makes you feel vulnerable. But you've got to decide to do that because it's nice to be loved. It's not just nice to be loved. We all need it. It's a requirement of being a human being. We die without it. Babies, if they're not given love, they die. Adults too. We never grow out of that. Passion. You got passion in your love life. Wow. Passionate. It could be passionate anger. A lot of passion stirred up, yeah, both ways maybe, in your love life this week, Gemini. Let's get one of these heart cards out for you. Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. But this is about cooperation. You know how I was saying you could be getting to the end of your tether there about always loving other people and them not loving you back, not being open-hearted back, not caring and warm to you back. It's time to ask for that cooperation now, which means you've been too cooperative. So you need to be a little bit more uncooperative. Be 50% uncooperative and say no some of the times. Because that's how you get cooperation of other people. It's not to force them into doing it. It's about being balanced. If you want other people to be balanced and be given to you, you need to be more balanced and stop giving so much to get that cooperation. Be more uncooperative. It's okay. You're allowed to do that. Right. Cancer. What about you, Cancer? What's this moon and the Eight of Voices and death for you? What are you waking up to here? Get what I want and celebrate. Right. So it's for you. Well, it's very general for you. How have I been holding myself back from getting what I want? So this could be about abundance for you. There's a celebration here, though. It's like you're finally getting that aha, and it's like, oh my God, that's how I've been holding myself back from the abundance that I truly desire. Then you're open here, Queen of Cups, to having your desires met. Be artistic and self-love. So, Cancer, so if you've been working on your self-love and you've been especially creative with that, I don't know, maybe you've been following my self-love Sundays, doing that kind of thing, doing the inner work too, of course, that's got to underpin it, but being more creative, my self-love Sundays are about actually putting that into practice, allowing better things in, the best things in for you, in fact. Maybe you've been doing that and being creative with that, and that is opening you up to receiving a lot more, having your wishes fulfilled there, getting what you want. There's a lot of abundance vibe about this, but I feel like you've been putting in that self-love work already to get yourself there. It's hot in here. Ten of Cups and death. What's this about? It's about getting supported now. It's about getting supported now and having a good time. So you being supported so you can have a good time. Maybe you've been putting a lot of the work in, Cancer, and not having so much of a good time. Maybe everyone sits around and has a good time while you're doing all of the work, that kind of thing. Now this could be in your workplace, people having fun with each other, chatting, where you've always got your head down, you're always putting the work in, and you're feeling a bit antsy about that, like this isn't fair. It's like, well, stop doing it then. Get support, let them help you, let them do it sometimes, and you goof off and you chat. It's like, no, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You can, and if you do that, you're going to receive more. There's a hole for every star sign. There's a hole. You need to step back now. Oh, I didn't do the justice, did I? Yeah. So you've got to stop being the one that is just the one that's supporting all the time. Allow other people to support you. Justice and the Four of Voices. What is this then? There's this manifestation that you've been dreaming about. Guidance and find a new approach. Interesting. So the manifestations are the actual way for you getting where you're going to. So you're going to get some teasers of abundance kind of thing, realizing how you've been holding yourself back from that. Could be from guidance. So you could be like reading a book and then you realize, oh my God, that's how I've been holding myself back from all of this abundance that I want. This is the new approach that I get, that I will take. A book or a course, or you see it online or something like that. There's something that you learn, some guidance that you get, could be through a reading. Release your ex. Time to let go now. It feels to me like you've been in imbalanced relationships, and it's time to release those now and go, oh, I get what I've been doing. I'm not going to go back there again. Not settling for that anymore, because you know what it is that you want now, Cancer. In a relationship, well, in life, in everything. And expressing yourself of what you want now. Expressing yourself to an ex as well, saying, no more. I'm done. Maybe you're keeping your options open before, like keeping the door open for somebody. And really you know that you don't want them back, so no need to keep the door open there. It's a definitive, like, I'm done with this one now. I'm going to open up to the things that I really want. It does feel like you're getting some information about a new path to letting it is in, letting what it is that you really want in, expressing yourself better than I just did then. Who is next? Leo. Leo, what about you? What's this aha of how you've been holding yourself back this week? Release guilt and joy. Oh, you've been stopping yourself from feeling joy. Why? Been too serious, Leo? Thinking that you need to be really serious before you can have joy? The hard path to ease, the miserable path to joy, never works. We need to take the joyful path to joy. We need to take the easy path to ease. We need to take the abundance path to abundance, the abundant path to abundance. We need to take the loving path to love. That's an easy one to understand, isn't it? I'm going to hate my way to love. No, you're not. So you want a path to joy. It's not through guilt and hard work and crap. It's through joy. Releasing that. Realizing that. Setting yourself free. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. Open to receive what you actually want, Leo. You know what you want. You've had the ideas about it. It's just the way that you've been trying to get there is the opposite. You've been trying to hate your way to love, that kind of thing. Ten of Cups and Death. People do it all the time with work. You know, I'm going to be busy so that I can have freedom in retirement. It's like, you sure? Because that's not the way the universe works. Ten of Cups and Death. You've got connection and touch here. A connection. Someone that you have a relationship with, have had a relationship with in the past, gets in touch or a little bit, or you get to hear from them just a little bit, just not a full-blown relationship, but you hear from them again, and it allows you to, I don't feel like they're offering you this Ten of Cups, everything that you want. I think what they say to you is showing you enough that they're not giving you that, so that you can release them, so you can put an end to that. So it could be someone that you've been holding a torch for. They get in touch with you, and there's just, with this new realization, this new awareness that you've got, you're like, they're never going to offer me what I want, are they? I'm going to stop waiting for them to do that. Something that they'll never do, because it's not within them to do that. We don't want the same things. They're not willing to give you the same thing. So I feel like you could be dropping somebody for good this week, putting an end to it. Then the Justice comes in, Four of Voices, what you've been, yes. The creativity, right? Allowing your creativity. So Leo, you could have been wanting to create something like a business. You might not have known that this ex was holding you back from that. There was something in your energy like, I can't have what I want. That kind of vibe in your energy because of this person. You set them free, and then suddenly you set yourself free. It's like, oh my God, I was holding on to that all along, binding myself with that energy all along. I can't have what I want, so I've got to settle for this. That kind of energy. Leo. Leo's love life. What have you got here? Getting to know each other. Interesting. You could have somebody new coming in. Or just a love interest kind of thing. Someone you're watching. Someone that's caught your eye. Someone that you're watching. You're getting to know them. You could be looking at them on social media, finding out about them, intrigued about them. Who's that? What's their name? What do they do? Who are they? Are they married? What, you know, that kind of thing. That's the energy I'm getting from that. Someone could have caught your eye, Leo. Now, if they caught your eye while you're still in all of this, if this has been resonating with you while you're in all of this icky energy, really, they probably aren't the right person for you, because we manifest and feel a connection with people from the energy that we're in at that time. So just be aware of that. That's why it's better to have a break, you know, and be single for a long time. And it's not about being single in a relationship, about being free of certain patterns, not just free of a person, but free of certain patterns. But you've had somebody here that's still in your energy. So I don't know, I'd be wary about this new person. Always think about that when someone first comes into your life. What energy were you in at that time? Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Getting to know each other, getting to know yourself, being grateful for the lessons along the way, everything that all of these axes have taught you before. Having a bit of a problem with my sinuses right now, I don't know why. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, what about you? What's this? Something that's been binding you that needs to end, but you're having a heart about it this week. What is it? Okay, is it true and you're on track? So it's a belief. So it was a belief that you've had that has been tying you down and holding you back. A belief that's been working against you, and it's not even true anyway. And it's about the very fact of holding yourself back in a way. It's about not being on track. I'm not on track to what I want. Something's gone wrong. Something is going wrong. I'm not where I should be. I should have more money by now. I should be further on. I should be more successful by now. At my age, I should be in a relationship. It's all of that kind of beliefs. It's not even true. You're on track. You've got a unique path. We shouldn't have done certain things by a certain age. There's no rules in the universe. We're all living in these unique lives. So stop putting that pressure on yourself. You release that pressure on yourself from all of those bogus beliefs. You can just set yourself free, unbind yourself from all of that crap. Set yourself free to follow that path, your divine timing path. As I said, it's unique. We're all unique there, Virgo. So then you open up to the 10 of emotions, to everything that you want. To things going well and being more playful about it. So it's been kind of heavy for you, Virgo. Not being playful, not being open and playful on that, because you've been putting so much pressure on yourself. Like, oh, I should be this, I should be that by this age. And you can be playful now, and you can allow things to go well, and you start following your own path. So you've been trying to constrict yourself to someone else's path instead of just embracing your unique path. What if your unique path is that you're going to get the love and the success at 80 years old? What if that is your path? Are you going to beat yourself up for 80 years, or are you just going to accept that that's what your path is? It's actually going well, and you could enjoy your way to 80 when it all kicks in. Really, I mean, you've got a unique path. Follow your own path, Virgo. 10 of Cups and Death, cleanse and touch. Whew. Okay, Virgo. So you've had a little bit, a taste, a touch of this 10 of Cups, your wishes being fulfilled, happy families, happy life, but only a little bit of it. You haven't had the full deal. Maybe you've only had, a glimpse of that, a potential of it, but not really the full-blown thing. And that was to create. So you got the creativity card. We all got the creativity card there. You were given a taste of it so that you can something like this, but I want it like this and this and this instead. So maybe you've experienced like the 3 or 4 cups in a family situation or in a relationship or something like that. And you're like, that was for you to create the 10 that you want. So, but Virgo, this cleanse card shows me that you're attached to that. So you're like, that should have been the 10, because it looked like the 10. It looked like it could be the 10, so it should have been the 10. But no, that's a restriction. You had that experience so that you could create even more, even better. Take that vision, take that experience and go, yeah, well, that was good. And that was some of it. But I would like this, this, and this added onto that as well. Then your justice comes in. Then your manifestation comes in that you've been dreaming of. Time alone and abundance, the money that you've been waiting for. It preempts the love. So the money comes first and then the love for you. In this particular path, Virgo, you've been waiting for abundance. If you've been alone for a while, or you need to be alone for a while now, the abundance will kick in, and then the love will kick in too, as you have these realizations. So what is happening in your love life? So it feels like it's going to be a little bit of a solitary path. I was going to say a lonely path, but it doesn't have to be lonely. You can be solitary though. You can enjoy it as you get back to yourself and your own path, and you're calling in your soulmate from there. So it's more calling in your soulmate. Come to me, I'm ready. Not ready. You're not ready, Virgo, but you're getting ready. Money comes first. That's because self-love comes first, by the way. So the money will come first because that is a self-love path. You got humility. Ooh. Eek. Yeah. Okay, so you could have a tower moment. It could be very humbling this week, knocking you back down to size, knocking you off other people's path. It it feels like you've got a little bit lost, Virgo, and you need to be by yourself, detaching from other people, stop trying to chase pipe dreams that are other people's dreams, or other people, or chasing their paths, things like that, and have some humility, get knocked back down to size, start again on your own path yourself. You develop the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. You, Virgo, you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. That's what I was saying. Okay, who's next? Libra, what about you? The moon, so what can't you figure out about yourself here? What's going on here? Oh, scapegoat? You're the scapegoat, Libra. You've got blame and move away. How come you keep on being the scapegoat? I know this one. I used to be a scapegoat and I'm not anymore. How come everyone keeps on blaming you for everything? You're the scapegoat. You know why that happens? Let me tell you. Let me give you this moment now. Because I used to be the scapegoat and I'm not anymore. It's because you take too much responsibility for everything and everyone and everything that everyone goes through. When you take too much responsibility, those that don't want to take the responsibility will quite freely hand it to you. If you think about it, if someone's taking responsibility for you, right? We know this, right? Have you ever had, say, a mum? Have you ever had a mum when you were a kid and she cooks all your meals for you, and then one day she's not there and she's not cooking for you, and you're like, I'm hungry and nobody's here, feed me, and you're kind of angry and you're blaming them for not being there. We've all been through this, right? That's you. If you're taking too much responsibility, and that can be an energetic thing too, if you're trying to help people out of the problems and stuff like that, Libra, taking too much responsibility on for other people, they're going to have that attitude towards you. How come you're not doing this now? Like, why haven't you fixed this for me, Libra? You're the person that fixes, you're going to get that. That's the scapegoat. That's how you make yourself into a scapegoat, by taking too much responsibility. So, move away from that. Stop taking responsibility for other people. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. What's this, Libra? Opening up now to the Ten of Emotions. I'm kind of angry about it. Yeah, because it's overwhelming. Okay. Overwhelming to be doing it all for everyone else, taking responsibility, being the scapegoat, all of that. It's like, oh God, no, I'm getting angry about this now. I'm not doing this anymore. To hell with you. Off you go. Make your own dinner. Oh, it's a person. And that makes you feel vulnerable. It will make you feel vulnerable because little did you know that when you're taking responsibility for everyone else, Libra, that you're doing it for a reason. There's a positive to it. What's the positive to it? You feel in control when you're doing that. I'm not in control. I'm safe here. I'm in control. What happens when you let go of all of that? You feel vulnerable, like a human being. That's how other people feel, but they get used to it. So, makes you open and receptive. Ten of Cups and Death, then. What needs to end here? Well, quite a few patterns that I've already told you about need to end here. But you need to go within and love that. The endings. Embrace those endings. You're going to feel vulnerable. But embrace those endings and love the journey. Because you're going to get what you want from it, right? So love the journey to it. Justice and the Four of Voices. So then manifestations start. You finally get heard, but you release the guilt for not doing it anymore. So you are embroiled in this control, and it's like, guilt too about that. It's not just the feeling of being in control of everyone and everything so that you don't feel vulnerable. That's why you've been taking responsibility for everyone. But it's also this feeling like you should, and when you stop doing that, you feel guilty. You feel guilty for not making them the dinner because you've been making them the dinner your whole life, their whole life or whatever. Then you can be heard. Your wishes, your dreams can be heard. It's like you've been fulfilling everyone else's dreams. You take a step back from that, you feel guilty because you're not source anymore. You're not God, making sure everyone else, you're not the genie anymore, making everyone else's wishes come true. Then you're actually asking for your wishes and not feeling guilty about that anymore. So if you felt guilty about asking for what it is that you want, that's fine. What's going on in your love life, Libra, this week? This could be the one. You could be the one. Really? You've got love life going with these energies? Joy. Wow. Opening up to joy. If you receiving. Joy. Okay. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So you could have a relationship coming in. This could be the one, someone that makes you feel joyful. You could be going through this process quickly. I wouldn't think so. If you're saying yes, yes, yes to this, if you're still in that energy or even just out of it, this is not possible. You would defy the laws of the universe. So I would be wary about that. I wouldn't listen to my advice there. If either this is true or that's true, they're not both true. That would defy the laws of the universe. This could just be a carrot. Maybe it's a carrot. You will bring the one. You will bring the one in if you continue down this path. You will, of learning that and letting go of that responsibility and that control and the guilt. Then you can bring in that joyful one. Not right now, though. Not right now, if that has resonated with you. Okay, so that's you, Libra. What about Scorpio? Have you calmed down from last week? Did you start doing the work, or do I have to go off at you again, Scorpio? Got so many messages from you guys. I got messages from people who are with a Scorpio, people that were cross-watching for you, saying, "Oh my God, thank you for yelling at them." And I got a few messages from you, brave Scorpios, saying, "Yes, thank you. I needed to hear that." I didn't get one negative message from you telling me to shut up. So it was very powerful energy last week. Hey, Scorpio. So what have you been blindfolded to here? How have you been holding yourself back? Intimacy and guidance. Interesting. So you've had plenty of signs, Scorpio, you could be saying, "Oh no, I don't have any signs. I haven't had any signs," and that's how you've been holding yourself back. You've had lots of signs, lots of guidance about intimacy, about relationships, maybe through my readings and stuff. And this is about taking the blindfolds off. This is like a toddler pretending that they're blindfolded, that they can't see. It's like this is saying that you have plenty of signs and you're pretending that you can't see them, or you're saying, "But I haven't had any signs." It's like someone who keeps on asking the cards for questions, saying, "You're not giving me an answer, you're not giving me an answer." Oh, I forgot to get the yes and no's out. Oh, I'll start now. You're not giving me an answer when you've been getting a lot of answers. You know? It's like me asking these. Okay, is that person the one? Is that person the one? No. Oh, okay. Is that person the one? Is that person the one? Is that person the one? No. Is that person the one? Is that person the one? You know what I mean? And there's the universe going, "I've told you no how many times?" It's that kind of thing. You've been getting guidance, and you just need to stop pretending that you haven't had that guidance yet. You've had plenty of answers. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. So then you open up to getting your wishes fulfilled in relationships. This is who is aware and encouragement. So it's like you're taking the blinders off. I wonder why you've had the blinders on. So you've been getting all this guidance, but you've been ignoring it and pretending that you can't see or hear it. And so you're continuously asking the same questions, saying, "How come you're not answering me?" Well, someone's in front of you yelling out, "No!" Encouraging yourself to be aware to not ignore the signs, to not ignore your anger, not push those feelings down, not ignore the guidance, not ignore that red crystal that keeps on coming out of here, not ignore the red flags anymore, not ignore the cards that keep on coming out of you, that will open you up. Ten of Cups and the Death. So what needs to end here? A connection. Wow, a connection itself. Right, a connection. Be still and keep quiet. The one that you've had a million signs, red flags, guidance, the red crystal over and over again saying, "No, this is not the one. This is not the one for you. That one, no." Asking how many readers about them, and they all say, "No, it's not that one." And you're like, "Oh, I think they're my one." No. You need to let go of that person. Be still and keep quiet. There's a reason that you've been bullshitting yourself here. It's for safety reasons. You want to cling on to it. You don't want it to be not true, because then you have to step into the unknown and let go of that person. Let go of that person, step into the unknown. Then you've got the manifestations starting, what you really want. Be support. Then the universe can support you. Then the universe can support you. When you stop doing what you've been doing, then the universe can support you. I just had this image of someone continuously eating, and then saying, like, maybe going to a personal trainer or something, but they're continuously, like, non-stop eating and overweight, and saying to the trainer, can you help me? And they're saying, yeah, come and work out with me, you'll need to stop eating. And they're like, I'm not eating. And still eating. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's like, you've got to support yourself first by realizing what it is that you're doing to yourself. And you need to go within to do that. It's almost like waking up to yourself, Scorpio, and like realizing, oh God, I'm eating constantly. That's not supporting me. You know, I'm not supporting myself in that. So you can have support come in. You've been disallowing that because you're not seeing yourself clearly in something that you're doing to yourself. You want a fix from outside of you. It can never be found because you're continuing to do the thing that contradicts it yourself. Yeah. However that applies in your life. Scorpio, you've also got forgiving and learning. Forgiving yourself and learning. It is forgiving yourself and learning. When you wake up to this stuff, you might be ashamed and shocked and ashamed at what you've been doing. You might have pulled other people into this as well to back up how you've been deceiving yourself. And so forgiving and learning, you know, you can forgive yourself, it's okay. We don't learn without tripping up. So give us a heart for Scorpio. Release, yes. You've got a lot of release to do, this week. Wow, releasing somebody. They're not the one. Do you want me to get that red crystal out again? They're not the one. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Give it up. Give it up, Scorpio. So have you got a yes/no question, Scorpio? Ask it now. Sorry I didn't do this for the other signs before. I totally forgot. Okay, the answer is no. It's still the red crystal, Scorpio. Do you want me to get it out again? Okay, who's next? Sagittarius. Let's find out what this moon in the Eight of Voices is for you, Sagittarius. So what's this aha that you need to have this week? You've been holding yourself back, Sagittarius. So you've been resisting reaching your potential or setting yourself free from something to reach your potential. So you've been holding yourself back. This is like someone saying, I would get that job, but I need to keep on working here in this smaller job. It's not a very good example. You've been holding yourself back because, resisting bigness. You're not stepping into that role, into your potential. You're coming up with excuses, and I feel like you're waking up to these excuses that you've been making. Yeah, I can't do that because of this. I can't step up because of this. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. What's this about? Opening up now. Finding a new approach. Perfect. So you're thinking that you need to be perfect before you can have this Ten of Emotions, instead of letting in what's perfect for you right now. What would be perfect for you? So this would have you, Sagittarius, trying to be perfect for someone else instead of asking what would be perfect for you. Or maybe the other way around could too. You might consistently be asking someone else to be perfect for you, and if they're not perfect, getting rid of them, that kind of thing. That perfection, you need a new approach. You need to be open to people as they are instead of expecting perfection from them or from yourself there. With the Ten of Cups, we're not seeking perfection. We're seeking what will fulfill us. It's different. Ten of Cups and Death. So what needs to end there? You need to let go of the past and find a new approach. Keep on doing what you did. You'll keep on getting what you've got, Sagittarius. And so the way that you've been going about it hasn't been working. You need to switch things up now. A whole new approach. Justice and the Four of Voices, then manifestations happen through you taking action, right? So the action that you've been taking with all of this energy that I've just explained will not be the action that takes you to the relationship that you want, the work that you want, the abundance that you want, because you've been holding yourself back from what you really want, because it's not perfect for you. It's like, I'm not going to do anything unless it's perfect. So then you need to believe in yourself and take action just to get to that next step instead of... So an example of this would be, I know way back when I was at uni, some of my friends were like signing on for the dole. And back then, this was in the 80s, when you sign on for the dole back then, you had to, I think it's still the same now, you have to prove that you've applied for so many jobs, and so you'd have to go into the job centre. But the way around that is, if you didn't want a job, the way around that was to say, oh, fresh out of school, this is, I will only accept, what do you want to be? They say, I want to be the CEO of a massive company. And they're like, no, we don't have any jobs like that. It's like, no, I'm not accepting anything else. That used to be a loophole around it. You could just like make a pie in the sky thing. No, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. And that's what I'm picking up in your energy. It's like you're aiming like way too high beyond, but it's a way to hold yourself back. You're aiming too high to hold yourself back. So you just need to accept that you can take small action, believe in yourself, take small action to get into that next step, the next step, the next step. So yeah, it's like you're hobbling yourself so that you can't even move forward, expecting too much of yourself and others. Perfection instead of just living, step by step living. Finances and career are affecting your love life. I just feel like how you've been doing that is how you've been doing your love life. It's how you've been doing your work. It's how you've been doing your finances, expecting perfection. It's like, oh, I'm not going to get a job unless I'm earning $1 million a week. I'm not going to start work until I get that. It's that kind of thing. Action again, physical action. Yeah, you need to you have the courage to express the unique loving colours of your soul. You can take action. It's safe to. It reminds me of someone that told me that they didn't want to write a book, even though they did want to. They told me that I wanted to write a book, but that they weren't writing a book because it wouldn't be as good as Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. Right. Good reason for not writing a book. Not. Capricorn, what about you? What's this, the moon, oh, hang on. Before we get to Capricorn, Sagittarius, you've got a yes or no question? I've totally forgotten about this for most signs. You've got a yes or no question? Think of it now. Sagittarius, your answer is yes. Okay. Now Capricorn. Capricorn, the moon and the 8 of voices. What's this aha that you need to have? Oh, you've got 3 cards here. I don't want to take them all, but I can't seem to let go of any of them. So you've got prepare, simplicity, and connection. You're simply preparing for a connection is what this is saying. Simply preparing for it. So you might have been asking yourself, how come I can't get this relationship that I really want? Well, maybe it's your life path, Capricorn, to have a relationship when you're 50 years old. Not before that. So why spend the first 50 years going, why can't I have this relationship? Why can't I have this relationship? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What if you're just simply preparing for it until then, learning about yourself, learning about relationships? So it's your belief about divine timing, your unique path. Pretty much like Virgo. Virgo had very similar, you might have Virgo placements in there as well. They had a very similar message there. Queen of Cups and the 10 of Emotions. What's this for you, Capricorn? Opening up to having your wishes fulfilled. Trust myself and blame. Oh, wow. So from previous relationships, you've blamed yourself. Maybe you've blamed yourself because someone else blamed you. You could have had relationships with narcissists, and then you've been like placing all of that blame on your shoulders that they told you. They told you it was your fault. They told you were crazy and all of that. And even though a big part of you knows that that's not true, knows that they were narcissists, you still took on a lot of that, and you're still blaming yourself for it. You need to trust yourself instead. It wasn't you, it was them. But you're a little bit too easy to soak up that blame, Capricorn, and place it on your shoulders. Don't be so easy to do that. Give it back to people that deserve it, Ten of Cups and Death. What's this? What needs to end here? You are appreciated. You need to be around people that truly appreciate you, not just want to use you and coerce you and get things from you and get you to do things for them. Weird energy here, Capricorn. It seems like this you need to end that cycle of getting in relationships with shitty people that want to use you and abuse you and take advantage of you, get you to do stuff for them and then get you to feel like you're not doing enough. And then you hold that weight even long after the relationship has ended. You still hold that weight going, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You just chose the wrong person. Justice. And the Four of Voices, then the manifestation happens. Ooh, understanding and play. Wow. So then you get a joyful experience once you release yourself from this. And so there can be a joyful relationship, not so heavy, not demanding so much energy from you. It doesn't have to be hard work. Not everything has to be hard work, Capricorn. Relationships shouldn't be. Sure, there's some work involved, but understand that it's mostly about play. It's meant to be one of the joyful things in life. Relationships. What's going on in your love life, Capricorn, this week? You've got very soon an attraction. So your attraction patterns are changing right now. And so very soon you're going to be attracting in somebody. You're going through a lot of release here, Capricorn. Very soon you're going to be attracting someone in that's better for you. But you need to go through this change first. Accept where you are first, right? Acceptance. Accepting where you are first. Now is not the time to bring someone new in. Clear all of this up first. Hold that in your energy for a while and then try and find somebody. If you've got a yes or no question, Capricorn, think about that question now. And your answer is yes. A yes for you, Capricorn. Aquarius, what about you? The moon and the Eight of Voices. So what's the aha that you need to have? Why you've been holding yourself back, that kind of thing. Breathe and surrender. Oh, control, control. Okay, so you've been holding on tight, gripping on tight, wanting to be in control, wanting to know everything, Aquarius, and I'm in control. And just like, calm down. You're not in control. The universe says, relax, breathe, let go of control, and surrender. You have to let go of that control, Aquarius, to get what it is that you want. It feels very hyper energy, holding on tight, fearful, like I cannot let go. I've got to control this. I cannot let go. I've got to control it. Let go. Let go. Breathe and surrender. Calm yourself down. Soothe yourself. Do anything to soothe yourself. Anything. Maybe drugs, alcohol, that kind of thing isn't the best because it tends to have the negative effect. I mean, those things, they make you worse. It's a short-term fix, yes, but it's not a long-term fix. It makes you worse. It makes you more anxious, more of this energy in the long term. So whatever you're using to calm yourself down from this energy, maybe give that a break and try and soothe yourself in other ways. I don't know, breathing, yoga, swimming, more healthy choices to calm yourself down, to try and get yourself out of that cycle. You seem to be in an anxious cycle there. It's making you control. It's keeping you away from, it's keeping you blocked from what you want in life. Whew, heavy energy that. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. This is about relationships and being receptive to relationships you actually want. Validating your choices in this moment. This is the energy of someone that has been through a lot of different relationships, not any of them feeling that good, or not being the complete picture anyway, not the Ten of Emotions, but the not validating your choices. So okay, I was wrong to choose that one, I was wrong to choose that one, I was wrong to choose that one, I was wrong to choose that one. So you've got this big list, Aquarius, of things that you don't want in a relationship. I was wrong to choose all of these things. And it's not necessarily that. Like there's a rightness in those choices of those relationships. You should be doing the opposite, in fact, of that, saying, why was I right in choosing that relationship? Collecting all of the rightness out of that and then putting that in a list and going, yeah, like making a Frankenstein is what I call it. Making your Frankenstein from all of those axes. like all the best bits of those exes, and that's about validating your choices. So your choice was right because that person had that thing, and that's the thing that I want, and let me put that down on my list. All of that, that's what's going to open you up. What's going to close you down is doing what you've been doing, focusing on all the crap. I shouldn't have chosen that relationship because of this shit thing. I'll put that shit thing on my list. And then you've got like a shit Frankenstein of someone that you doubt, like the worst person in the world for you to be in a relationship with. And then you attract that person and you're like, oh, holy shit, I shouldn't have chosen that. And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. You might be doing this in relationships, you might be doing it in other things in your life as well. So focusing on the negative and then snowballing that instead of focusing on the positive and snowballing that. Ten of Cups and Death. So something definitely needs to end here. Really, the guilt. Okay, the guilt. So taking a lot of weight on your shoulders here. It's the control thing again. It's like, I'm going to be the universe and do this. I don't need the universe to do it. I'm going to be in control of this. And then taking all of that control, of course. If you take all the responsibility, what have you got? All of the guilt. Because you took control of it all, right? And so you need to be prepared. This is asking you to be prepared to release that guilt, to release the control, to release the responsibility of it all. You're not God. You don't need to take responsibility for everything. Release all of that. That's what needs to end. You're taking that responsibility, being in control. Then your manifestations come in, the stuff that you've been dreaming about, taking the risk, and I am love. Allowing someone to love you. Whoa, scary. Allowing someone to love you. Diving into that. I haven't noticed that before. They're about to dive in. That feels risky to you. That's out of control, allowing someone to love you. But let them. Let them love you. Aquarius, what's going on in your love life this week? Make the effort. Got some action to take here in your love life, making the effort. And it feels to me like that effort is release, surrendering, letting someone else do something. It's almost not making the efforts that you were making before, making an effort to be open in a relationship. Making less of certain kinds of effort and more of the surrendering kind of effort, inner kind of effort, inner work. Ownership, taking ownership of it. Interesting. Ownership of your patterns here. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. And so there's a possibility of a huge aha for you, Aquarius, this week of how you've been in these repeating cycles of things that, how you're not getting love properly, so that you can actually get love properly. A lot of you has to fall away first, though. But it's all crappy parts of you anyway, so it's a good thing. Oh, Aquarius, do you have a yes or no question? Think of that question now. Pause this if you have to come up with one. What's your question? Yes or no? The answer for Aquarius is no. No is the answer. The ruby says no. So finally, Pisces. What is this moon, Eight of Voices and Death for you? You've got criticism on one step at a time. So self-criticism has you attracting criticism towards you. And in order to release that, you could not just fight the criticizers outside of you. You've got to not fight the criticizer inside of you. You have to accept that the criticizer is inside of you. And you know why, Pisces? Because discernment is very important. And you haven't been using that discernment, is what I'm hearing, Pisces. You've just been trying not to judge anyone, trying not to criticize anyone, and therefore accepting everything in your life. It's like me offering you, do you want orange juice or apple juice? And you saying, Pisces, I'm not going to judge. I don't want either, or I want both, or I can't tell you what I want because I don't want to judge either orange or apple. It's like, it's not judgment. It doesn't matter. Just because you want orange juice, you're not criticizing apple juice. And anyway, it's okay to criticize apple juice if you don't like it. You need to start discerning, Pisces, and stop judging yourself as being critical for discernment, for making a choice, and for admitting you don't like something, and I'm not choosing that anymore. It's okay. You're holding yourself back because of that, though. You're trying to be too nice, Pisces. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Emotions. So then you open up to actually getting the love that you want. You've been accepting any old kind of bullshit here. In relationships, you would have been with that. If you've been saying, I cannot be judgmental, so I can't even make a choice because I can't admit to not liking anything. That's extreme, Pisces. And you will have letting all kinds of bullshit in your life because of that. So relationships that show up would have been all kinds of bullshit because of that. And this is you opening up to actually what you want and choosing it. Going, well, actually, I don't like women after all. I do like men. Or I don't like people that do this or that. Anyway. So then you've got knowing and soften and open. So then you're actually opening up to what you know about yourself, what's true, what you choose. You're allowing yourself to choose what you like. Whew, who knew, Pisces, that you could do that? Ten of Cups and Death. So then there's something that really needs to end here. Expansion and healing. So all of those times, Pisces, that you chose what you didn't want because you didn't think it was okay to actually choose what you wanted. You need to let go of all of that. Heal all of that, all of the experiences you've had from not choosing what it is that you really want, so that you can expand and get even better in your relationships, especially. Then a manifestation comes in, something you've been dreaming of, and you need to be willing to feel it. Oh, Pisces, willing to feel it, that it's what you want, and feel it. Because if you start choosing what you would actually like, it's going to feel amazing. If you've been accepting anything, if you've been drinking every kind of juice because you will not admit that you just like orange juice, when you get to just drink orange juice, it's going to be the best orange juice ever. And yes, you're going to feel extremely emotional when you get what it is that you want. So be willing to feel that, because it's going to be kind of overwhelming to actually have good in your life, Pisces. What's going on in your love life, Pisces? Codependency. So you being in people's lives or saying yes that you want that. Codependency. So codependency in this example is you're too bothered about that person. You're too bothered about how I feel offering you orange juice or apple juice to admit to me that you want orange juice, because you're more bothered about my feelings and all of that. Don't do it. Let go of it. Let go of that. Could be something that's kept you in addictions as well, to numb out from that, because that's heavy. Dealing with life like that is like a super anxious way to be. Always saying, second guessing things. How's someone going to feel if I actually tell the truth? Well, I won't tell the truth, then I'll just be complicit with anything, open to everything, so as not to offend someone, so as not to hurt someone. It's extremely codependent, and that will make you be the personality type open to addictions too, to even handle that, even cope with that. Spontaneity, be spontaneous. Drink whatever you like. Drink whatever juice you like. Be spontaneous about it, and you can change your mind. You can suddenly say, no, I want pomegranate juice today. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely, lovingly embrace new situations. I had no idea, Pisces, that you were doing that to yourself. Did you? Maybe not, because the moon, it was unknown. Have you got a yes or no question, Pisces? Let me give you an answer. What's your question? Hold it in your mind now, and your answer is, Pisces, your answer is yes. There you go, that's everybody. I didn't do the yes or no questions for every sign, but that's okay. We'll remember it next week, maybe. We'll see. There we go, there we have it. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and your support of my channel and your subscriptions and your comments and all of everything that you do for me. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Have an amazing week. I will see you next time.